Okay, so update on the project. I got my PCB designed and manufactured, and I've placed everything in a prototype box. So once I connect it to my barrel jack at 5 volts, the device powers on, connects to Wi-Fi and things board. The UI works, so I can go into my sensor menus, view the detailed parameters, light, have my light sensor here at the top. The air quality doesn't load at the moment because I fried my SGP40 sensor. I'm getting a replacement for that soon. And human presence works. With human presence, I added this alarm mode. So once you set it into alarm mode, you have 1 minute to leave the room. And after that, if it detects any human presence, it sounds the alarm. So that will be demonstrated at the moment. But yeah. So everything uploads to my things board running in my Docker container. It uploads telemetry from the humidity sensor, light sensor, pressure, human presence, which is just a boolean. It's either true or false. And some of these values are from old iterations. And there you go. So to deactivate the alarm, you just press the alarm mode off button. But yeah, a few updates that I want to make to the UI are a boot screen. So once the device powers on, have an animation logo play while everything is loading up, and add a UI interface to allow the user to enter their Wi-Fi name and password. So yeah, at the moment I have everything in an env file. I just call it secrets. Yeah, right. Okay, so once we open the box, so if you carefully open that now, once we open the box, I have everything packed away neatly for this prototype. I have my coprocessor there, but at the moment it's not doing much. I have it programmed as a Matter Lite, and the idea is to have this coprocessor talk to the main processor through UART, and have the main processor transfer the sensor telemetry to the coprocessor so that it's able to upload the telemetry via Matter thread. And yeah, I have my human presence sensor there, BMP280 HT20 for temperature, humidity, and presence. My light sensor and SGP40. I'm just getting a replacement at the moment. I'm confident that I fried it because I had my resistor legs touching while soldering. So that was a lesson learned. Trim the legs before soldering or before powering everything on. Make sure nothing is short-circuiting. But yeah, I'm currently designing a box to house everything in. But still in the works. I have a hex grid at the front so that the sensors are more exposed to the environment. I think I'm gonna try to make the polygons larger, because I don't think 3D printers are able to go to this type of accuracy. But yeah, that's the prototype so far. Got my Matter code. But yeah, Also, since this is a Matter light, I've programmed it so that I can talk to Alexa and trigger it. So if I go like, Alexa, Smart Panel light on.
Okay.
It turns it on. So yeah, another thing I want to mention is my buck converter circuit. So I made my own buck converter circuit, following the data sheet, picking the right resistor capacitor parameters and the inductance values. But yeah, it takes in from 5 to 12 volts and bucks it down to a stable 5 volt, and that way it's able to power on my sensors that require 5 volts, my ESP32 S3, and the coprocessor. And I also have a routed header pins, female header pins there for future expandability, so that I can connect maybe an audio amplifier with a speaker and have proper sounds play, or maybe some sort of fan or an actuating device that I can control in the future. But yeah, so everything the coprocessor integrates with the Amazon ecosystem, so I have it added as Smart Panel light. But yeah, you can control different colors. So if I set it as like, at the moment it's white, but I can set it as like yellow. So it's not really visible on camera, but it does slightly change color. Unfortunately, the app doesn't let you switch between like RGB values. It's just this fixed color palette, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, the bone works, the brightness works, I think, pretty sure. So if I set it to like medium, slightly dimmer, 1%. Okay. And the way this communicates with my Alexa and to the app is through my thread border router. So I use this ESP32H2, the 1U variant with the antenna, as a thread border router. ESP gives a tutorial on how to set it up, but you initialize a data set, get your keys, and basically this communicates with that using thread protocol, so a certain frequency wave, and then this interprets the signal sent through thread and talks to the Amazon Alexa through Wi-Fi. So the Alexa acts as a controller, and this is the border router. So I learned a few bits, yeah. But yeah, I've also generated my own matter codes. So I use the chip tool in Esp32 to generate like I think it's called some sort of factory authentication, and then you just generate your own matter codes, set the password ID, and yeah, you can then print out the QR code using QR code tool in terminal. And I just graphically made my own matter QR code there. I've tried using the C6 with the human presence sensor, and I tried making that matter connectable, but I ran into issues because basically I rewrote the driver for the ORD03D human presence sensor to act as a PIR sensor. So in my library, I just had it returning a Boolean, just like the PIR sensor. But for some reason, I managed to connect the device to my Matter thread network, but for some reason the sensor wasn't updating in the Alexa app. So I'm not really sure what the issue there is. I'll just keep trying debugging, read the codes that it's sending me, and keep going forward. But yeah, that's the project so far. A lot of debugging is still going on. I'll just constantly try improve the design, improve my 3D print, and see where that goes in the future.